Let's see. Ooh, that sounded weird. I don't know what that was about. Um, being a simulator, the first simulator, I think I mentioned this before, but it just seems like the engine, the system that it uses for all of its gameplay, it just seems like it really could have been more sophisticated, a lot more options. There's no option to throw people outside the ring, yada yada. It just does not even throw them to the ropes or throw them to the turnbuckle or anything that we're used to now on the console wrestling games, where you can just do all kinds of crap. You could grab them and drag them around the ring and throw them outside, and you can go outside, and you can climb the ropes, and you can put them on the ropes. And I mean, that's all rolled up into each move, but it's extremely unrealistic, even for wrestling. And I really always took exception to that. And in fact, is why, although I made my own wrestling simulators similar to this, using ASCII characters and just normal text rather than graphics, I felt like this actually was limited to what a real simulator could be, because a lot of sim makers in the 90s, I would guess, was probably the height of sim making. They were able to have a lot more variety. You could change out rosters, add new wrestlers, and some of the sims, the moves that you got, you could actually edit the descriptions, which is the next best thing you could have to footage or animated GIFs or even just a picture, just a JPEG. Since most sims couldn't do that, most were written in DOS and QBasic, you usually couldn't do a whole lot. You didn't get a whole lot of idea of what was going on, because most sims were like, Hulk Hogan uses an arm lock on Randy Savage. I mean, that was the extent of the simulator description. That was your actions. It worked for quite a while. Everybody was pretty happy with it. I know I made sims like it. I played them for a year while I was working on other things. As the graphical user interface, the basically Windows menus and stuff, as those got to be more popular and people started actually programming in Visual Basic and being able to make sims with that, pardon me, there were some that tried to integrate graphics, at the very least, still JPEGs, which was okay, but just as exemplified here, unless you were using digitized footage of a particular match between a particular two people, there was no way to accurately represent what was going on. If you were Hulk Hogan versus, Kamala, you really had no, unless you had the graphics for each match, it really wouldn't make sense to put like Hogan doing a knee lift to Jake Roberts and use that as your graphics for the knee lift move for Hulk Hogan. So that was always, and really still is, a limitation of Sims, because there's very few ways. Matt Dickey, I think, M. Dickey, he does polygons and wrestler models that he can kind of edit a little bit, and are kind of like build your own bear type things, where you can scan a model of whatever wrestler look you want, but sim makers aren't able to do that graphic wise. You can't take a GIF and then put some skin of whatever wrestler is being involved. You can't do that, so most people are stuck with text, and I think in a way text is superior because it allows you to have just like you use your own mind to generate the matches, the footage. You see in your mind's eye what's going on. Randy Savage is kicking Hogan. You can see it a lot better than you can here.